Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Asad Yaqub and here I am with a new type of video, and this video is all about university interview. I know that you guys are being interviewed by the university because they want to see your suitability, whether you are capable of learning in an international university, in an international environment and all that. And this is a sort of screening interview. Although most of the universities, they need your money, but still they want to screen the good universities. They want to screen the candidates or the students who are going to come up there. They want to see whether you will be a positive contribution to that university, to the name of the university, or you're going to be a danger for the other students as well. Just joking. Anyways, there are frequently asked questions during this interview, and I'm going to run through these questions one by one so that at least you know how to answer and what sort of questions they can ask you, and you're mentally prepared for that. Anyways, the first question they might ask you, that is, what can you bring to the university? Now you cannot say I will bring myself to the university along with my 2 bags and all that stuff. What can you bring to the university? This is the time to talk about any talent that you have, to talk about any skill that you have, or to talk about any academic thing which you have achieved already. So what can you bring to the university means what is going to be your contribution in the university. Like if you're coming from any different countries, you can say I'll bring diverse culture. Along with that, as I am an active member of something and all that, so you just need to mention something, a sort of contribution which you are going to do, and your skill, your talent, or anything that you have, that, or maybe if you've got any achievement, you can talk about that, and that thing is going to help the university. I mean, in the future, you can enlighten their name. So talk something like that. Next question which they frequently ask, how do you feel about your last results? Now most of the students, when they apply for university, they usually have +2 or intermediate, as we call it in Pakistan. Here we call it intermediate, in India they call it +2, and other countries they call the same. So how do you feel about your A levels, +2 or intermediate? Now the thing is, when you answer this question, you need to answer in a positive way. Not like that, how do you feel about your +2? Oh, I'm very disappointed about my +2 and I couldn't get good marks and I was like this and that. Say, I'm quite confident about my +2. In fact, in +2 I studied pre-engineering, and the subjects that I studied, these subjects are going to help me because the course which I'm taking in your university, that is very much related to that. So I am quite keen on learning about these subjects. So most definitely I feel great about my +2, and then you can talk about any distinction as well. If you got any distinction or any good percentage in one of the subjects, like you can say in physics, I got 90 plus marks, or in physics, I got A plus, right? In chemistry, if you studied chemistry, you can talk about that as well. So over here, be positive and talk about any distinction that you have, and that's going to be fine. If you won any award, any medal during your intermediate, you can talk about that as well. And by the way, this university test is not your spoken English test. Just try to answer confidently. Don't worry at all. Try to convey your message to the person who is talking to you. The next question is, what are your main interests outside of education? Now this is all related to extracurricular activities. University wants to know that there is life other than studies. So how well you are going to contribute in that, right? So what are your main interests outside of education? Well, outside of education, I am a YouTuber as well, and then you can talk about it. Or you can say, outside of my education, I am a very good football player. In fact, I used to play football from my college level and I won several matches as well, or something like that. And be realistic. Don't try to pose anything. I mean, getting admission in the university is not that big deal. So don't pose anything, don't misguide them. And by the way, whatever you tell them, they will ask you for a proof. Okay, they will just go, they will ask you for a testimony for that. So if you say, I got this football championship, they will say, okay, send us the certificate. If you say, I got this medal, they'll say, okay, send us the picture of the medal. We want to see that. And then you're gonna be in trouble how to get number 2 medal. Never put yourself into a situation by lying about anything. So what are your main interests outside of education? You can talk about any interests, any hobbies, and it should be something that actually develops or that attracts the attention of the person who is talking to you. Next, explain how you intend to study during your time at university. As you come to that university, how do you plan to study? Now, do not focus on job. Like, I will do part-time job along with the study and all that. Don't talk to university about that. Just say, I have sufficient funds. My family is going to support me and they have given me funds for 2 years or 3 years. So as I study, my main focus is going to be on my studies and all that. So explain how you intend to study during your time at university. You're going to say, I'm planning to study full time because my main purpose is to earn this degree and then use all this knowledge to avail any local opportunity in my country or any international opportunity in a foreign country. So therefore, all my focus is going to be towards my university studies. And during this, I really look forward to attending seminars, tutorials, and other study sessions like that. Understand? I mean, you just have to convince them that they give you admission. After that, there is another important question, and that is, what is your biggest achievement and why? Now don't say, I don't have any biggest achievement. I am the biggest achievement of my parents. Okay, not like that. So just talk about any achievement and make it big. Achievement can be small, but you can make it big. Right? But don't make it so big that it goes beyond our planet Earth and it reaches moon or any other planet. Okay? So what's your biggest achievement and why? Well, I think my major achievement is IELTS, as I got 6.5 band very recently in IELTS. So according to me, this is my biggest achievement. As you know, for university education, you need minimum 6 band. So I worked very hard. I took it seriously and I achieved 6.5 band in IELTS. That is my biggest achievement. Or you can discuss your plus 2 result, plus 2 exam, or marks you achieved in one subject, and you can call it your biggest achievement. Okay, exactly. After this, the next question is, which part of your plus 2 studies did you find the toughest? Now they want to see your problem solving skills and how you behave in difficulty. So it's a good idea to talk about a subject which was the toughest one for you, and then you worked hard on that subject and that became your favorite subject. So which part of your plus 2 studies did you find the toughest? Well, I found a couple of subjects. They were very tough for me in my plus 2 studies, especially, and then talk about that subject, focus a little, and then don't leave it negative. Then say, later on, with the help of my tutor and some of my class fellows, as we had formed a study group, I overcame that, and by the way, I got 80% marks in that subject. Do it like that. Be positive. And again, I'm telling you, don't lie. If you lie, you're at the, after admission even you can be rejected. So be careful. And by the way, they are clever enough, they are sharp enough to judge whatever you are speaking, and they will ask you evidence for everything. If you tell them anything, they will say, okay, send us the evidence, send us the certificate, send us the picture of that and all that stuff, right? Okay, now another important question, why have you chosen this university? Now you're going to give reasons. Now don't say, I have chosen this university because this university is in Canada and I want to come to Canada. Once I come over there, I will never go back. So because you guys are in Canada, that's why I'm coming. Otherwise, meri jutti bhi nahi hondi. Not like that, not like that at all. Why have you chosen this university? Now you need to see what is the ranking of that university. Number 1, Second, you need to see what is the specialized area for that university is popular, right? So you need to just mention, I mean, the country. You can talk about the education standards, you can talk about the fame of the university, you can talk about the specialized education, even you can give the reference of any of your friends or brother or anyone who referred you this university, because he had been a student to this university and he advised me that I should come over here due to the name of the university or fame of the university and all that. So you should have a good answer to that question as well. It's not that, why have you chosen this university? Admission lena marna si na te ਇੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਲੈ ਲਿਆ. Not like that, okay? Punjabi. Now, why do you want to study your chosen subject? Very important question. If you want to study something, why do you want to study that subject? Or why do you want to do that course? Or why do you want to pursue that degree? What's the reason? Again, you need to link it with your career. Okay, whatever you are studying or whatever you have decided to study, link it with your career, link it with your future, and that is going to be a wonderful answer. Okay, so if they say, why do you want to study this subject? Why do you want to study this course? Why? And by the way, most of these questions are the ones which may be asked during your embassy interview. If they conduct embassy interview, they may ask you these questions as well. So guys, thank you very much. One of you requested me to make a video on university interview, because nowadays university interviews are very common. That is why I made this video. If you have any other queries related to university interview, embassy interview, please send me a message on my WhatsApp, and most definitely I will be glad to share my knowledge, my experience on that with you. That's all guys. I also teach IELTS online all over the world and on campus here in Lahore, Pakistan. If you want to be the part of my IELTS class, my WhatsApp number is given. You can contact me for that. Asad Yaqub truly wishes you best of luck. Take care. Allah Hafiz.